Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shelly. I'm a second and third grade teacher in Northern California. Yes, I'm teaching 2 grades. I know. I have a whole video explaining how I'm doing it. If you missed the last vlog, I walked you through a normal day of teaching, and today we are going to do the same. Okay, so this vlog will be a little bit different than the last because today is a Monday. I also really want to take some time in this vlog to talk about independent work because I feel like one of the questions I get asked the most is, what is the other group of kids doing while you're teaching the other grade? Which I find kind of funny because when we teach a single grade level class, never do we have a class where everybody's on grade level. So we're constantly differentiating and constantly trying to find like independent, meaningful work for the other kids to be doing so we can teach in small group. It's not that different. So later on in this vlog, I kind of want to break down some of the things that I'm doing that have really been working for me. But since I just got here, I need to get my room ready and kind of wrap my head around the day. Luckily, I left on Friday and cleaned up and really got things dialed. So, all right. So I have my 4-year-old TKer with me because he goes to my school. I left the room pretty tidy, which is new for me. I used to try and get out of here instantly to go be with my kids, but I am spending a little bit of time getting my day ready. So first thing I do is I always set up my TV, and when the kids walk in, they have their spiral math. Oh, we're reading the one and only Ivan right now. Highly recommend. Anyway, so I have this set up right here. So when they come in, it's right on the TV. They know where to go. They know what to do. Let's walk through the schedule. Okay, also these lights. I know I feel like everyone has them, but I ordered them this year and I like stuck them up. I didn't realize that this is like a sticker. I was always like, how do you get them to stay? And they're phenomenal. So here's our schedule. We are changing seats. We change seats every month, so it's that time. We are doing a pretty normal math lesson. I do need to pull that out to remind myself what it is. Phonics, reading I do separate. Phonics I do separate. Math I do separate. Lunch, art, read aloud, writing I do together. We're not actually doing science today, and I'll talk about why right now. So as I mentioned in the last video, typically I do science for second grade Mondays, Wednesdays, and science for third grade Tuesday, Friday. But we don't have school this Friday. It's just one of those days that our district gives us off. With that being said, Thursday is going to kind of act as our Friday because we do a lot of important stuff on Friday. Assessments, star student sharing, all of that. So because I don't have Friday, I'm not going to do science this week. And instead, I looked at the social studies standards and I'm combining the map piece of it. We need to talk about like continents and oceans because kids have a really hard time conceptualizing countries versus states versus continents, all of that. So I'm doing like a little mini 4-day mapping unit with a project that matches that I actually really love. Hold on, my kid's talking to me. I lost my train of thought. So when we get to that point of the day, I will kind of show you what I have pulled. I think I got something from Teachers Pay Teachers. That's the one kind of like funky thing about our week this week. All right, so because math is the first thing that I teach, I'm gonna pull out my teacher's manual for both grade levels and remind myself what I'm teaching. So our school uses SWON, which I actually really love because it teaches the concept and then it teaches the procedural. And my whole spiel to kids is like, look, my job is to give you as many strategies as I can, and then you have to decide what works the best for your brain. So I always teach second grade first because I have less of them and we get through the lessons faster. And then I have more time with my third graders. So, but maybe not today. I forgot. I'm teaching word problems today, which I don't love to teach because they can be super hard for kids. I've shifted my strategy in terms of teaching word problems. I feel like a lot of kids come to me from first grade and they're like, oh, when we look for words like more and altogether, it means add, which yes, sometimes, most of the time, but I've tried to kind of switch my thinking and have the kids think about the problem as a whole. So we do like a 3-read strategy. So the first time we read it, we're just trying to figure out what is going on in our story. We're making a visual in our head. The second time we read it, we're trying to figure out what information did they give us. And then the third time, what are they asking and what do we need to find out? And then I'm really dramatic, like, let's just think about this. Is the answer going to get bigger or is the answer going to get smaller? And sometimes we have to do both so they can start to see like, oh, if we add, it doesn't make sense when we think about the question we're being asked. I digress. I'm teaching word problems in 2nd grade today. And then in 3rd grade, we are teaching our first multiplication unit. It's like the meaning of multiplication. We've done quite a bit already. We've talked about like equal groups, repeated addition, skip counting. We filled out our multiplication chart. And then on Friday, we were doing the commutative property with arrays. And then today, we're going to continue the commutative property. I feel like the properties of multiplication are where they get a little bit, especially distributive. So when I do my math centers this week, I will teach distributive in a small group. And then associative, I will do on Wednesday. So that's our little math map for you. Hi again. So we are already at lunch. Another big change that I forgot to mention is I finally got an instructional assistant, which is amazing because I can have her assist me with individual work, with anything and everything. I'm just not used to having another adult in the room. That being said, I don't like filming in front of other adults, so I haven't picked up the camera because I forgot. But it is lunch, so I'm going to scarf down my food and then really dive in and hopefully give you some ideas on independent activities for your kids that like don't feel like busy work and you get like a really good bang for your buck. So I'm going to scarf down my food and we will chat shortly. Okay, so it's no secret by now that I'm teaching 2nd and 3rd grade, and finding meaningful independent activities, like I was mentioning, can be really, really daunting, whether you're teaching 2 grades or honestly, if you're teaching even 1 grade, because I really don't like defaulting to busy work. I feel like sometimes we feel like we have to in order to like focus on our small group that we have, and it's really detrimental and not a good use of our time. And I think the hardest thing about finding independent activities is, like I said, whether you're teaching 2 different grades or even 1 grade level, every kid is at their own place. Some kids really need a reteach. They need to go back a whole grade level. Some kids are ready to like shoot for the moon and get pushed. And it's like, how do you plan an independent activity that meets the needs of every student when you have to teach something else? It's really daunting and can be really challenging. However, one way that I have been able to give my kids individualized learning tasks is by partnering with IXL. IXL is an online platform that covers curriculum from pre or TK all the way up through 12th grade, and they have over 17,000 individual skills that the kids can engage with. When I say that IXL has not only made it possible, but dare I say, has made it easy to create almost individualized learning plans for every single student. It takes the guesswork, it takes the teacher guilt out of not being able to meet the needs of all of my students while I'm teaching an entirely different grade level. I feel so much better knowing that the kids are actually practicing what they need versus keeping them busy so I can do my job. So I want to show you over here exactly what it looks like so you can really get a good picture of how the kids can interact with the program. So I've been using it a lot for my ELA and math skills. And one of my favorite parts is that I can choose the specific skill that the kids need. And then if they start to master that skill, it will give them harder questions, or it will give them more questions if it feels like they haven't really mastered that skill, which is amazing. But absolutely one of my favorite parts is that if a kid gets stuck on a question, they can either watch a video tutorial or see an example to get immediate feedback through the program, which is amazing because they don't have to come interrupt me while I'm in the middle of teaching. It makes them more independent. They can problem solve on their own, and they're actually learning on their own. It's truly a godsend. The second thing that I absolutely love is that I can create quizzes right through IXL and assign them to different grade levels. I get to choose the questions. I get to choose the type of questions. They match the skills that I'm teaching. It grades them for me. And then it starts building my data portfolios. So at conferences, I can pull up the kids' portfolio and show them all the quizzes, all the assessments on top of my other assessments, and show them really like what skills the kids are struggling with and which ones they've super mastered. It gives such a clear picture of what the kids need, what they've mastered, and where I can send them next. It's truly like an all-in-one, one-stop shop place, and I'm obsessed. IXL has been such a time saver for me in terms of planning, but honestly, more importantly, I feel good knowing that the kids are getting what they need when they're not with me. I will continue to use it well beyond a combo class because, like I said, even when we're teaching a single grade level class, your kids are all over the place. So I can't really imagine my classroom without it. It is truly a teacher must-have, and you can try it for free for 30 days. Check everything out in the description. I'm telling you, it's going to change your class. So that I have told you about IXL, I'm going to spend this next little bit of my prep kind of plugging in the lessons that I want the kids to do on their own for tomorrow and actually throughout the rest of the week, which will really take no time at all, but I do need to do that. I also need to set up writing. We are doing our next chunk in our writing notebooks, which I showed you in the last vlog, but just in case you're brand new, I will have this from Teachers Pay Teachers linked down below. So today we're talking about the writing process. We only have one insert to add just about all these different things. And then as the week goes on, I'm going to do something different to kind of show each piece. If you are GLAD trained, you'll know what this is. If you're not, I could not recommend this strategy enough. I'm pretty sure I vlogged about it years ago. I think I actually vlogged teaching it. I don't know. But it's called a cooperative strip paragraph. Go Google it. It is such a powerful strategy in teaching kids how to write. Basically, you construct a paragraph together with sentence strips. Each group writes one detail or the topic sentence or whatever, and then you rip them apart, you move them around, you edit, you revise, you do everything whole group in like a big pocket chart. It's so powerful. So today I'm teaching the writing process, even though they know it, I hope. And then tomorrow we're going to start going through the writing process together in a cooperative strip paragraph. And then we're going to jump into our first real unit, which is narrative writing. So that's writing. And then at recess, I will show you what we're doing for social studies. Oh my gosh, the day's over. Can you tell? I swear I look 10 years older at the end of the day. I do want to say that my new aide is amazing. I actually know her. She's worked at our school forever, but she's incredible. She's just like proactive. She's great with the kids. So it's been so nice to have another adult in the room. So then after recess, we did a social studies slideshow. I should have previewed it. I just tried to find something last minute. It was so good, so much better than I was expecting. I will link it down below. It was like $3 for a slideshow all about the continents, and it had videos embedded in there, like interactive maps. It was so good. So I actually stopped and I like backed up and went really slow. We're going to do the same thing tomorrow. And then that will turn into like a really cool map art project, which is nice. But let me show you. This was our writing page today. Again, I will have this whole set linked down below. So far, I've been loving it. The kids just did a paragraph writing assessment, and they like crushed it. More than normal with writing, so that's awesome. So because tomorrow's Tuesday, I do math centers on Tuesday. I just want to clean up my room a little bit, print off my math centers, get that ready because my aide's like, leave it for me, I'll do it in the morning. I love it. So I have this mess and this really cute kid. So I'm going to clean that up, and then I'm going to get out of here, and that will be the end. So let's see what I can get done in the next 6 minutes.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's...
Okay. I am officially ready to go for tomorrow. Tomorrow's the first day of October, which is amazing. It's my favorite month of the year because it's my birthday. And it's just fall, even though it's still 99 degrees here. So that is a typical Monday in this second and third grade classroom. If you enjoy these kind of videos, give this a thumbs up. If there's anything specific you want to see me post, please let me know. I always get inspired by you guys down in the comments. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Go follow me on Instagram @EarlyAdventures, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.